Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the homestead. Today is October 17th. Nice brisk 45 degrees when I came out here this morning. Sorry about not getting any videos out recently. I actually had one last week and I went back and took a look at everything and realized the audio was terrible. So it wasn't worth putting everything out, although there were some cool shots on there that I liked. I may put some of those on there, but on here, but we'll see. But we've done quite a bit to the garden. We've done some bills. We've done some planting and stuff. So let's go take a look at the garden and show you kind of where we're at right now, okay? Let's go out there. So the first thing we did is we've added this garden bed. I obviously still need to get it filled up. It's 4 foot wide by 10 foot long. I got that one built. That's built out of pallet wood. I found some pallets, was able to put that together, and then out of some more pallet wood, this is a little 4x4 that I put together. I think going forward, we're going to definitely want to build some more garden beds for next season. And then we did some planting. Just a quick note while I'm looking at it. At 45 degrees, the Malabar spinach still survived. I think maybe because it's down a little bit lower, it did, but I do need to get that harvested before we get a good frost and it kills everything. So we've been doing some planting. I need to the plan today is to go ahead and plant some garlic in this half of this bed here. And then over here, you can kind of see, more Malabar spinach. You can see how it's starting to really go crazy, and you can kind of see here the onions are starting to come up. I have onions across here, so we kind of got that going. And then in this bed you can kind of see spots here. Those are carrots here, and then at the other end down there are some beets, although I'm concerned with this bed in general because now these beets were some older beet seeds, and they're coming up. We'll see what happens, but these carrots were planted at the same time as some other ones over here, and I'll show you those in a minute. But these just are not producing as the same, so I'm got my reservations about this bed in general. Now this is a hugelkultur bed. I've got a tree down in the bottom of it with several large branches and stuff, and I put compost in and around it. But this was the bed that the green beans all died this year and didn't produce anything. We'll see how well any of this stuff does, but anything that I desperately want to get planted, I don't know that I'm going to be putting in this bed anymore. We'll see how well the carrots do and stuff like that going forward. So in the other bed, I'm going to kind of come around this way. So this one I've got fully planted out and trellising. So these here are turnips. They're the Ice Globe turnips from Haas Seed, and the seeder I used, I didn't do that right, and put them way too close together. I came in here and thinned out once. I've got to come back in and do a lot more thinning out again. But I've got 2 solid rows here of the White Globe turnips. They are doing phenomenal. Along here, these are rutabagas. Planted a whole bunch of rutabagas up in here, and then this little row right here is a black nebular carrots, I believe it is. And you can see these guys are actually doing pretty well. They're planted at the same time as the ones over in the other bed, and they're doing well. And then these are watermelon radishes along here. Now, one thing I did learn between the watermelon radishes and the turnips, I planted those at the same time and they came up at the same time. Though the turnips germinated just as fast and are growing just as well as the radishes. Didn't realize that they grew up that quickly and then germinated that fast. And then in here I've got some dill going. Hopefully the radishes don't overcompete them. And I think right here is probably, see, that's a flatleaf parsley plant, and I'm thinking that's some flatleaf parsley that's kind of reseeded itself. So we'll see how well that does. And then I planted kind of a row of peas through here. This is the trellis for it, and I think I got 100% germination on that as well. And these were a couple of years old seeds that I got. So these guys are all doing pretty well. And this is cilantro, and this is actually cilantro that I grew a couple of years ago and had a bunch, harvested a bunch of seed for and threw that in here, and it all came up and it's doing pretty well. So, and then my basil is still holding on. Chives are still holding on. Now, chives probably love this weather. Basil, I don't know how much longer it's going to go. And then I got my more dill in here, and there's a ton of weeds and stuff in here too. So, so that's doing well. And then my compost tomato plant, which is over here, it's starting to see better days. It's definitely had some wind damage and stuff, but it's the size of those cherry tomatoes right there. And I'm just kind of waiting. I got a few more over here, kind of waiting for this thing, for them to ripen up. I think they're kind of getting close. We'll see. Hopefully they ripen up and I can save some of the seeds for them. So hopefully we'll get from that. So that's where we're at from there. And I haven't put the birds up yet, but we've got a couple of them starting to. Let me go ahead and go let them out, and then I'll get back to you with the birds. So all the chickens now are out, and a couple of the white ones I believe have started laying. I don't think any of the red ones have started laying yet, because I'm getting 2 eggs a day, or 1 to 2 eggs a day pretty consistently. Definitely one of the older white ones, and I don't know about which of the other 2 white ones are laying right offhand. The little one that just popped up there, and there's 2 of them that are still young. Those definitely are not young enough, but once these red ones start laying, then we should start seeing a lot more egg production. And the ducks are doing fine. Today was actually the first day I haven't gotten an egg in a while. May give it a little bit of time. We'll get some. Come check back out here. This is cold, so maybe they didn't lay one this morning. And over here I got my last 2 roosters. These guys are going to have to get processed in the next couple of weeks, because we put let me kind of get over here and kind of turn you around. So we kind of put an order in, and we'll take you along on the journey. We're going to be getting some more meat chickens coming in, and I'm going to order, I put in, is that crow pathetic or what? Did you hear that, I hope? I don't know what's going on. He's trying to crow, but that is just too funny. But so, and we're also ordering 25 Pekin ducks. They should be in this week, and that'll be a pretty cool update for next week to bring along on that, and see where we go with that. So that's kind of where we're at. I've got don't know how much more I'm going to do today. I know I do want to get the garlic plant. I may kind of throw that in here a little bit later on. But that is sick sounding. So anyway, that's the updates on the homestead. Hope you have a great week. God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.